All right, so let's talk about the top 3 trucking jobs for 2024 and what my predictions are going to be there. My name is Jonathan, founder of Driving Academy. We help people every single day, just like you, get their CDL license and get ultimately on the road to freedom. And in today's video, we're going to be giving you the top 3 opportunities that we predict are going to be best for you in trucking for 2024. We're going to start off with number 3 and work all the way up to number 1, and you definitely do not want to miss what number 1 has to offer there. So we're going to start off with number 3 of the top 3 jobs for trucking in 2024 is going to be a tour bus driver. Whenever you've gone to a concert, or maybe you have seen any kind of movies going on, there's some type of entertainment driver that actually has to transport that talent or those things from point A to point B. A tour bus driver is a super exciting job. Not only do you actually get paid a good amount, but you actually get to interact with a lot of interesting people, and you got to go backstage with all these other people too, right? These talented people, these entertainers out there, these are all people who put their lives in your hands as you're transporting the bus where they're sleeping in from point A to point B, from different venue to different venue, right? An average driver for a celebrity tour bus, after looking at my notes, is about $70,000 a year, which is actually a pretty good way to actually get to experience all these things, take all these selfies with all these famous people, and get paid a pretty good amount of money there. The only downside with that is when it comes to scheduling, right? Scheduling is not going to be on your schedule. It's going to be on whatever the talent or whatever the celebrity schedule is for their tour guide. And also, it might not be an all year round gig. So which means as long as you're able to be flexible and you actually like the environment of this nice, fast-paced, changing environment all the time, and you like to have personal interactions with famous people, becoming a tour bus driver when it comes to celebrities in general might be a great way for you to check all those boxes itself. If you're somebody who likes structure and you want to be from point A to point B and you know exactly what you want to go for, it might not be the best thing for you, but I can tell you this, I've talked to a few people in this industry, and these guys got stories for days, man. The very interesting lives that these guys and gals do actually live being a tour bus driver. And coming in at number 2 is going to be a specialty transport specialist. We're not just talking about any old truck driver. We're talking about somebody who's going to be specially transporting certain items. So we're talking about odd items like this item right over here that you see, right? This guy is like transporting something super weird. And in order to do that, it takes a whole different skill set. Now, this is probably not something that you're able to do right out of school, but it's something that you could definitely work your way up into. Here has a range anywhere from like 90 to 80K on average. Now, of course, the more specialty you get to, the higher you're going to get paid. So when you go into the overload, like the huge stuff, like this guy right over here transporting a wing of a windmill, that becomes a whole different skill set, and of course you're going to get paid more and more for it. But it's a great way to challenge yourself if you're somebody who likes a challenge every type of trip that you're going to do, but it's not going to be as consistent as like other trucking jobs itself, which means you're going to work less. You have to be a little bit more flexible on your hours because it depends on where you're going to be and what you're going to be transporting, because it's not like every day that something crazy gets transported where you are. If you're able to travel around the country, then they'll actually bring you to those locations to keep you working and making sure that you're working correctly for that. So especially driver comes in at number 2, and the main reason is going to be pay and if you like a challenge. If you like somebody who's going to be the same thing every single day, this is definitely not going to be the job for you, because you're going to be stressed the hell out going around turns like this with something just like that, right? Now, drum roll please, let's get to the number 1 job of trucking for 2024. So the number 1 job for trucking in 2024 that we're predicting is going to be car carriers. Car carriers are actually one of the highest paid truck drivers out there, and they on average make about $100,000 a year. Now again, you're going to need a little bit of experience before you actually can just jump right into this career path, but the reason why they actually make so much is because they're responsible so much more for the cargo that they're actually transporting, because car carriers are one of the drivers who actually have to load and unload their cargo, which means they're going to have to drive the cars onto the back of the trailers and take them off for the actual end of the delivery. But with all that extra work, you can make a whole lot of money doing it, and it's a pretty stable career, which means you can be transporting cars all year round. Now, if you're from the Northeast area, you already know a whole bunch of snowbirds are going to be transporting their cars down south for the Florida kind of winter side. So that's going to be a busy season for you. When it comes back, they're going to be transporting it all the way back up to the Northeast. So just that transit alone is going to keep you busy. Plus, there's a whole bunch of dealerships always purchasing cars. There's so many cars moving in the background when it comes to purchasing and selling and moving this from point A to point B. You'll never be out of work, and it's always going to be a nice challenge for you, and you can make a boatload of money doing it, because if you're just a driver, you're going to get paid by the mile plus by the car. If you're an actual owner-operator, then you can actually start making negotiations on cars itself, and you can actually make a whole lot of money on just one full loaded set of cars going from point A to point B, especially if they're all going in the similar direction there. So those are my 3 predictions for the top best trucking jobs in 2024. Put in the comments below, which one of those top 3 would you like to go? Would you like to be famous with those famous actors and actresses and singers on the tour bus? Would you like to be a little bit more challenged on the specialty freight brokerage? Or would you like to go for the #1 spot, which is car carriers? And that has a whole range where you can transport like car carriers that are open, or you can transport like exotic cars and you get a little bit more, but also the insurance gets higher and the risk gets higher as well, and then like an enclosed car carrier as well, right? So there's a whole bunch of things that you can do in trucking. These are just 3 jobs. You can do a whole lot more, and the only way that these opportunities become available for you is if you have a license called a CDL license or commercial driver's license. And in order to get a CDL license, you have to do 2 main steps. Step #1, pass a few different written tests to get yourself a CDL permit. Step #2, pass a 2.5-hour-long road test to get your actual license itself. And here at Driving Academy, we can actually guide you through that entire process by ourselves, and we can actually show you exactly how we can guarantee that you walk away with your CDL by giving you over 100 hours of training plus unlimited tries at the test. And we're open up 7 days a week, so that means you can come in anytime you want. And the best thing you should do is check out our website, cdldrivingacademy.com. Again, cdldrivingacademy.com, and we're here to help you out. Thanks. Have a great day. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel. It's really going to help us out. Click on that button. And if you want to continue yourself on your road to freedom, here's more videos to watch. There's endless amounts. Hopefully we get to see each other one day very soon. Thanks.